Hello. So today it'll be a different video, a new format, and to summarize what it is in a very short sentence, on the first Friday of every month, I'll be talking about the albums that I listen to. I'll be reviewing them in a very short time span and try to make my emotions towards the album at least a little bit clear. If there is an album that I didn't rate or didn't give any specific review of that month, I will try and come back to it at the end of the next month or the month after. So I'll be coming back to some albums if needed. And I'll try and say as few words as possible for a certain album. Yes, it will be sometimes 2, 3 sentences, maybe 1 minute for some, but it depends on my emotion. This format is inspired by Rough Criminal and Mike the Snare. A lot of Rough Criminal videos are just very fast reviews about a certain album or even movie, and that whole format is very nice and was one of the inspirations for this certain video. And Mike the Snare basically did create this type of format, or at least I know it from him. And so he and Rough Criminal are the inspirations for this format. I'm not trying to steal anything. I'm just saying they inspired me to do this. And without further ado, let's start. Burial's Anti-Dawn EP. It is a really nice EP, really nice ambience. Listen through, I did listen to this while studying, and it did not bother me at all. So take that as you wish. 7.5. Moving on to Gunna's Dias Forever. It feels okay-ish. There are moments on there that it feels like fun, actually, but it falls flat for me in a lot of places. Trap in general doesn't do that much for me. Same goes for like mumble rapping. I'm not that big of a fan of. What I gotta say positively about this record is 21 Savage sounds amazing on this. And I never thought I'd ever say this. 4.5. Next up, The Wombats with Fix Yourself, Not the World. It's mediocre. I basically forgot all of it, but I remember a lot of it sounded the same. 6. Yard Act with The Overload. The first song is amazing. Like the title track, just amazing. But after then it just like goes straight down. Like the only good thing I can say about this record, besides the first song being amazing, is that it has a lot of potential. It leaves a lot of room for improvement because that one song shows they can do much more better. 6.5. Earl Sweatshirt with Sick. I was a bit disappointed about this record. Some rap songs, even though I have listened to it a couple times, has not like clicked with me yet. Still felt better than listening to this. There are some good moments on here, but I believe it doesn't do the job well enough. There's a song where I know that in album of the year the rating is actually pretty high, but listening to the sample on it, like how it is put on there, and then the feature that starts off, I just cannot go through it. I always skip it. I'd skip it until Earl Sweatshirt comes in because that is the only good part of the song. Like I cannot get through the other part. I just don't like it. That's why I gave it a 7. Next up, FK Twigs, Capri Songs. Unexpectedly good. I've been listening to this record for the last couple of days non-stop. Honda is an amazing song. I don't know. Every time I like want to show this to someone else, it feels bad, but when I listen to it alone, it's just like a pop. It's just like amazing. There are so many songs with perfect moments. Daniel Caesar hitting that high notes. Georgia Smith singing feels like an angel. This record surprised me because I've never listened to something from FK Twigs, and listening to this as a, let's say, startup, as the first record from her that I've listened to, it's perfect. I cannot wait to listen to the rest of her discography. The Big Boy, Don FM from The Weeknd. Arguably the biggest record of this month, the most well-known one of this month, and it is good. It's a good record. Problem is, Gasoline, the mid. Like Sacrifice, Take My Breath, and Lesson Zero, perfect. They're they're outstandingly perfect. Jim Carrey as the narrator, perfect. Nothing else to say. But that gasoline part was, it's 5 a.m. all night. It just doesn't know. I hate it. I genuinely dislike that. Like, no. 8.5. Beach House, Once Twice Melody. Every time I listen to Beach House, I feel like I'm ascending to some different world. It's so good. And this right here just continues the amazing first and second part and adds even more to it. It's still an amazing record. 9. Billy Talent, Crisis of Faith. Album of the Year says this record is mid. This first song is good. I don't know what they're talking about. This is getting a bit worried though. Maybe a JoJo would be bad. Amber Mark, 3 Dimensions Deep. The first half is perfect. Then it falls off until the very end, and then it picks up again. Like, the very beginning, there's also a song I remember where it just like starts off weird, but then it just goes off like boom, just perfect. Like the beginning weak, but then it just blows all of my expectations that I had predicted about that song. The middle part, or middle to and towards the end, does feel kind of weaker, or at least not as memorable. But the last 2 songs are very good. Miles Kane changed the show. Album of the Year says also this is mid. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, they'd be amazing. What the fuck are they talking about sometimes? God damn. 7. So, I forgot to talk about Bonobo. Fragments. I remember it being good, but at the same time, I forgot a lot of it. Like I did with, for example, Fix Yourself, Not the World. I did re-listen to it a couple days ago, and it was fine. It was good. The song with Joji did make more sense in a way in this LP than as a single by itself. Sometimes for me, there are songs who, as a single by itself, doesn't work very well, but as soon as they get put in an album with more songs like them, then it feels better, or it feels more fitting. And in my opinion, From You with Joji is one of those songs. I gave it a 7. And I ended the month by listening to 11:11 from Pine Grove. And this is a weird record because I have a weird feeling about this. I feel like I'm missing something because it sounds a lot of this. It actually sounds the same. Like it doesn't have a big progression, like many others. Records in here, but it feels like there's something about this record that if I get it, I will like it. I just don't know what it is, and that's why I'm not rating it. I gotta listen to it more often because I know there is something about it that as soon as I know it, this album could click. And that's it. That's the end. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed at least, or at least found a new record to listen to, or to not listen to. If you didn't like this video, just go ahead and dislike. I will see it. You won't. Bye.